Hey all, so had a really cool morning today. So I had a session with the mastermind group that I'm in, and we did a massive long conversation today about a lot about it was desire. And the main thing that we were really tapping into this was what is it that we desire? And it's really trying to really niggle down to that exact thing that it is that you desire, and what it is exactly it is what you want, and that's how we then work to achieve that. And then we kind of unblock the things that are kind of getting in the way from us achieving that. And a massive thing that I kind of came to the conclusion of today, which was really freaking cool, was that I lived overseas for a few years and in the UK, and I loved it. It was my place. I fucking loved it there. And then, shit happened, and I was working specifically for the visa. I was working hard to get sponsored. And then I got sponsored, and then long story short, someone stole money, and then I got blamed, and then it was just this whole massive thing because I was the person in charge. So obviously that falls down to my obligations. So that was really fucking irritating, but whatever. And essentially it all fell through for me, and I had another 4 months or so left on my visa at that point. And I remember blaming the rest of the world, because I was it's this person's fault, it's this person's fault. And I see it more for what it is now, and that's a really freaking cool opportunity that happened, because if it was not for everything that happened there, I wouldn't be doing the things that I've done now. I wouldn't be the person that I am now. I wouldn't have met the people that I've met now. I wouldn't be in the same containers that I'm doing. I probably wouldn't be on YouTube here talking with you guys and wanting to share my life with you either. So a few really cool revelations from that. And one of the things was, I wanted to live overseas. That was a massive thing for me from when I first started traveling. And then when I came back, I still had the same desire to move, but I had more of a desire for that because I had a partner there. And so that just intensified, and then things ended up not working out for us. So I then lost my desire a little bit, but I still had this it was in my heart, it was in my soul. And then I went back in November to the UK, and I actually did a little bit of a soul retrieval, but the universe made me physically go get my soul because I had left so much of it there. And my trip in November was horrendous, to say the least. I remember coming back, and I told everyone that it was brilliant, because when you go on holidays and you go on trips, people say, how was it? And then you say, yeah, it was so good. It wasn't. It was really emotionally draining. It was really hard. It was mentally mind-fucking. And I'm so grateful for it now, and I feel so blessed for that opportunity. And especially being able to travel before COVID and all these restrictions and things like that. So I feel really blessed. However, it doesn't take away from the trip and exactly what that trip was. And I essentially had my life, what I thought I wanted for my life. I was shown that in real time, and it wasn't mine. And it was so weird. It was everything that I said that I wanted. It was everything that I had asked for. Since the moment that I came back, it's almost it manifested right in front of my eyes. But it didn't feel like mine, and it wasn't mine to have. So that was a really hard thing to come to terms with. But it was more so the certain people that I wanted to keep in my life weren't those people in my life anymore. It didn't necessarily mean the place, but when I went over there, at first it was for me, and then it became about a partner. And when it became about a partner, I sort of lost that side of myself that wanted it just for myself. And it's almost I doubted that that's really like what my heart desired, because it was attached to someone else for such a long period of time. So there was a lot of unraveling to do with that, and a lot of realization. And during the lockdown period, I was planning on moving with friends to Melbourne, so just moving interstate. And I was so excited for it, and it felt so right. And then we were looking for a house, and this house was incredible, and I was so excited to apply for this house. And then all the other houses after that, there was one after that that I was really keen on, but then after that I lost the pull for it. It just wasn't there for me anymore, and I felt really guilty letting my friends down. And luckily they were so understanding, and it's fine now, but I pulled out last minute because it just wasn't lining up for me. And then I had moments recently, and then like over the same break, where I was like, oh, you know, I might go like do a summer in Queensland and then like come back, and, you know, or go overseas, and all of the things. And I really sat down with myself and did a few like journaling exercises and really dove deep into this. And I was like, okay, what is it that I desire? Like, what is it that my heart wants? What is it that my soul wants? And I have no physical evidence for this, but it's what I desire. And what I desire is to move overseas, to live overseas, to have this online multi-million-dollar company that is so multifaceted, sort of be like an entrepreneurial influencer, and be able to travel the world, and that be that like freedom that I have. And I want it to be something that I can do with someone, or meet someone, or like I still have family and I still have all of those things, but like that's my biggest desire. And moving interstate, it's not enough for me. It's almost like once you know your desire, it's like anything that doesn't align with that, it can come into your awareness, because it's almost like, are you going to take this thing? And then you go to take it, and then you wonder why it's hard, or why it doesn't feel good anymore, or why it's like lost that bit of excitement that you had for it. And a lot of the time you'll probably find, like, check in with yourself and be like, is this really what I desire? Like, is this the thing that I asked for? Is this the thing that is in my heart, that's in my soul, that I know to be true? Like, is this my freaking truth? If it's not your truth, like, we need to stop going halfway. You know, by choosing something that isn't what you actually desire, is like setting this coding in yourself, and setting this coding in the rest of the universe that like, hey, I don't actually think that this is possible. So you're putting that energy out there. And by putting that energy out there, you're cock blocking yourself anyway from being able to possibly receive that. And that's literally what I was doing. I was cock blocking myself by telling myself and telling the universe that like, I can't get there. Because there's, in my control freak like self, in my human self, but I am a bit of a control freak, to be fair, I have no physical evidence in this human world here. There is nothing in front of me that says that what I like desire is possible. You know, visa wise, like the worldwide, like, you know, restrictions and everything that's going on at the moment, you know, people struggling with jobs and money and like all of these things. And I am desiring something that feels so like alien and like so against everything that I like have the evidence for in this world right here. Like, I have no evidence to tell my human self like, hey, you know, we have XYZ here to prove that your desire is possible. I don't have any of that. What I do have though is the knowing and the truth that is in my heart and that is in my soul. And that is all that I need. It's in trusting that. That's like the biggest bit of trust that I could put in the universe, that I could put out into the world. And like, that's the energy that I want to put in. So that's the energy that I'm going to attract. You know, we don't live in this world where it has to, like, we can't get what we want. Fuck yeah, we can get whatever we want. It's the disbelief. Oh, sorry, my nose is running. Oh, no, it's fine actually. It just was a bit cold. Anyway, sorry. There's this disbelief that we can't have what we want. And a lot of the time, look at why that is, like why you believe that is. Sometimes it can be because people tell you that it's not possible. Other times it's because you don't actually have the evidence like right in front of your face to say that it's actually possible. But if it's our truth, if it's in our heart, if it's in our soul, like why are we questioning that? Why are we saying that that's not a possibility, that that's not something that we can reach? I just don't believe that. I choose not to believe that, honestly, because life is better when you have a knowing and this feeling that like everything is possible and that there's so much potential in this world, and that, you know, I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know how I'm going to do this thing, but I promise you, I will be doing another video like this with you guys, and I'm going to be telling you that I'm now moving overseas, or I'm doing the damn thing, and we're going to look back at this video and we're going to be like, oh my God, she fucking done it. Yeah. And as soon as I just finished said that, it was 11:11. Sorry, I'm telling you, I just can't not believe my desire anymore. And I declare in this moment that I will constantly align with that. And it's going to be, like, I'm not going to say it's going to be hard because I don't want to set that intention. But I get that there's going to be things that come up, things that trigger me, things that are going to tell me that, you know, this isn't what's going to happen for me. But that's only there to serve me, to strengthen my desire even more so. So for each of you, I would really tune into, like, what is it that you actually desire? Like, if I could just tell you in this moment, like, you can have whatever it is that you want, like, what is that? What does that look like for you? And you don't need any evidence in this world right now to tell you that, like, this is what it is you desire, or to mold the thing that you want. No. I want you to dig into here, get out of here, and dig into here. And what is it that you desire? What do you want in this life? And then you're going to sit with it, and then you're going to believe it. And you're going to let the mind go stir crazy, and you're going to let it say, but you don't have this, but you don't have that, but like, what about this? What about that? You're going to let the mind do that, and then you're going to listen, and you're going to tell it, that's okay, but I'm still doing it anyway. And everything you do from this moment forward is going to be in direct alignment with that. It is going to be in direct alignment with your desire. And you are going to get there. Because I am going to get there, and I'm going to leave that portal open for you, and you are going to step through that portal in this moment, and you are going to come with me. Because we deserve to have and get whatever it is in life that we desire and everything that we want. And I refuse to be in this paradigm that that's not the case and that that's not the truth. I don't know how to get, in this moment, I don't know how to get there. I don't know what this path looks like. I don't know what this path entails. But what I do know is that I will be intuitively guided, and I will follow all those intuitive pulls. I will make those leaps. I will do the things that make me uncomfortable, do the things that feel scary, but also feel right when I really tap into it. You know, I'm going to continue to work on myself, clear all those blocks, and I'm going to freaking get there. And I mean, look at the world now. It's pretty insane. So like, how can we say something that has just flipped the world upside down can't then create us the life or the whatever it is that we're asking for and that we want in life? So tune into whatever it is that you desire, and I really hope that you guys do this exercise, and I honestly hope that you feel into this and that you use this as something to constantly come back to, to constantly align to, and that we really drum this into our heads and we get this into our space that we are allowed to have whatever it is that we freaking desire. This is our life. We get to do with it what we want, and there is nothing and there is no evidence that can tell us contrary to that. So whatever it is you're doing, if you're watching this wherever or you just listening to this, tune into this piece. Really, really feel into this. I want you to think about it. I want you to feel what it is that you desire and then create it just like that. It's that shift. We're going to make this new paradigm gets to be that simple, where we just have a desire and then we choose to shift and we choose to let go of anything else that tells us to the contrary, that we can't have that. And that is the best freaking part about this. So I reckon it would be kind of cool, like, if you want to jam on it a little bit in the comments below, and like, let's talk about what it is that we desire. Let's write them down, and you know, the crazier the better, the more wild the better, you know, the more impossible they sound. I love that. Like, let's do the impossible. Let's leave this blueprint for then other people to jump through this portal, and people are going to see this and they're going to see your life and they're going to be like, how did you do this? And you know what you're going to say? You're going to say, because I wanted it. I wanted it. I believed it. And then it just came to be true. Because it's your truth. It's you living from your truth. And when you come from this place and you live from your truth, you will never be wrong. And that I swear on. Enjoy. Enjoy it. Actually, I don't know what I was saying enjoy for. Enjoy the feel. Enjoy like tuning in and like tapping into this desire. Like, this is going to be really freaking juicy. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to be like, ooh, I didn't even, like, some of you, I feel like a lot of you will kind of be like, I sort of knew that, but like I'd been denying myself that because of X, Y, Z. But we're not doing this here. This space is where we really tap into that and we say, okay, what is it? And then we do the damn thing. And then we go and chase that thing. Actually, no, I don't even know why I said chase. Chase. We chase the desire, but we don't try and mold this path. We're going to let this path come to us, because it will, because that's where trust comes from. See, even you can hear me and my ego still tries to tell me that it's like, tries to like do this thing where it's saying like, no, you can't. Isn't that so funny? So this is fucking human. This is exactly what you'll be doing when, like, well, for the most part, like, I hope that this doesn't happen to you. But at the moment though, my, like, it's so funny. This happened to me at work today, and actually one of the girls I work with actually called me out on it. And it was something so simple. It was like, so I'm doing a lot at the moment for like my gut health and stuff like that. And one of the girl, like, she had chocolate, and I was like, oh, like, I'm gonna like go get some more chocolate. And then as soon as I said I'm gonna get some more chocolate, instantly after that, I had my little angel voice being like, no, I'm eating clean today. And she was like, what was that? Are you talking to yourself, or like, you talking to me? And I was like, I don't even know. I was like, I don't even know where that came from. So I have this, like, I actually have this like little devil that like comes out and like says the fucking thing of like whatever I want, like my ego. And then I have like my little angel side, like my little universe and like love for all, that like comes in and is like, oh no, sweetheart, we're not doing that. So that's what that was. That's what this is. And that's kind of like the thing that I'm going through at the moment. So you'll probably notice that in a lot of my posts. I might say something and then I'm going to be like, oh, actually no. Because it's not what I believe. So you bet your ass I'm going to fucking jump on myself for shit like that. And probably like look like I'm talking to myself. Like, I'm sure that looks like I'm talking to myself. I'm sure like this is me. Oh my God. See, I'm actually going crazy. But in the best way. Oh man. Okay, back to it. Tune into your desire, really feel into it, and then let's freaking jam on this in the comments. I would love to hear what everyone is desiring. Let's go.